Good day all, I am Nicole Uggin and today we'll be talking about my proposed research design to study the effectiveness of the new medicine for schizophrenic individuals. First, we will discuss the difference between non-experimental and experimental designs. Non-experimental designs describe thoughts, feelings, and behaviors by understanding the relationships, according to Newman. There is no manipulation, meaning that it involves measuring and observing people or things in their natural environment, and there is no causality being established. It gives an overview picture of what is being studied or what may be studied in future researches. This often involves things that cannot be ethically obtained through experimental settings. Categories of design are descriptive and correlation. Experimental designs explain thoughts, feelings, and behaviors and causal statements, according to Newman. It opts to explain why something happens. You can manipulate and control the environment, which in turn helps participants have the same experience. It has an independent and dependent variable. Independent variable is the variable that is manipulated, and dependent variable is the variable that is measured. It has an experimental and control group. An experimental group includes a group that receives the treatment to test the hypothesis, and the control group does not receive the treatment, which in turn compares the difference between the two. Categories of design are true experimental and quasi-experimental. Now we'll talk about the purpose of this study. The purpose is to determine whether the new drug is more effective than the existing drug. It aims to explain whether or not the new drug is more effective than the existing drug. The appropriate research design is experiment for 3 reasons. First, according to Newman, when trying to explain the research method should be an experimental design. We are trying to explain whether or not the new medicine will help schizophrenic individuals. Second, the environment can be manipulated or observed in natural settings to ensure participants have the same experience. And the third, according to Bodner, research shows that the study design, sample type, and measurement method vary due to type of psychological content. No one typical research design portrays diversity in psychology, but the characteristics in the study show diversity. Experimental psychology is used because it includes diverse characteristics in an independent variable, dependent variable, control group, and experimental group. And now we will talk about the proposed methods. Our sample includes 20 individuals. The qualification of the participants include both male and female with different ethnicities, and they must be diagnosed with schizophrenia and display positive or negative symptoms. According to Bolem, positive symptoms include delusions, hallucinations, or emotional and physical disorders, and negative symptoms include lack of will or happiness to do any daily routine task or physical activities. Now, where will we find participants? Well, schizophrenia is seen in 1.1% of the population ages 18 years and older, although different cultures like the UK and United States can have different influences on the diagnosis of schizophrenia. That being said, all participants will come from the United States and will include participants in the mental institutions that are currently providing the current medicine. Our procedure will be groups that will be randomly assigned into 2 different groups, experimental group and control group. Experimental group will take new medicine, and the control group will take the previous medicine. Medicines will be administered in their natural settings when they are taken on their daily intake of medicines. The data collection will be collected through behavioral measurements. Patients, psychologists, and other researchers will analyze the patient's or participants' behavior and see if there is improvement in negative or positive symptoms. It will be recorded on a daily basis for a period of 3 months. The data analysis will include a statistical test. It includes the inferential t-test because it is useful in the experimental designs. It helps compare 2 groups, and it shows whether or not there is a significant difference between taking the new medicine and current medicine. These are my references. Thank you.